The Steadfast Path. Rilya stood on the ridge, the sun fading behind a looming shadow that had crept over her spirit for weeks. Her pack was heavy, not with supplies, but with the weight of dread. She longed to turn back to the easy, known paths, but a small voice urged her on. All that is gold does not glitter. Not all those who wander are lost. It was there, beside a swift, cold stream, that she met Voronoi. He was not a warrior nor a king, but his gaze held the quiet light of deep mountains and old forests. He saw the doubt etched on her face, and his reply was simple, echoing the heart's true measure. A single dream is more powerful than 1,000 realities. Rilya spoke of the fear that made her feet heavy, the gloom that stretched endless before her, promising no harbor or rest. She felt small, insignificant, and hopeless against the great tide of despair. Voronoi offered her a warm cup of herbal tea and a profound, solemn truth. Even the smallest person can change the course of the future. They journeyed together into the twilight land, where the mist clung to the ground like sleeping ghosts. Rilya kept her eyes fixed on the track behind them, constantly seeking a reason to reverse her steps. Voronoi walked with his head up, finding beauty in the fading light. It's the job that's never started that takes longest to finish. The path grew steeper, and the air thinned, chilled by the breath of the high peaks. They came to a pass where sharp rocks clawed at the sky. Rilya paused, her resolve failing, certain that this was the end of the road, the final barrier. Voronoi looked at the sheer difficulty and merely smiled. It does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live. She admitted her weariness, her longing for a final destination, a point where the struggle would cease and the comfort of certainty would return. But the journey itself seemed the only certainty left. Voronoi nodded, understanding the depth of her spirit's fatigue. The world is indeed full of peril, and in it there are many dark places. Rilya felt the darkness of the world pressing in, a thick blanket of despair suffocating her belief in a better tomorrow. Everything good felt far away, lost, or already ruined. Voronoi placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder and spoke of an inextinguishable truth. There is some good in this world, and it's worth fighting for. She lifted her head, and in that moment, the seemingly endless struggle transformed from a burden into a purpose. The darkness was still there, but her gaze was no longer fixed on it. She realized that courage was not the absence of fear, but the choice made in its presence. Go in peace, I will not say, do not weep, for not all tears are an evil. With renewed strength, Rilya took the lead, no longer fearing the unknown, but embracing the mystery of the path. She understood now that her true strength lay not in avoiding the storm, but in finding the reason to sing through it. Where there's life, there's hope. She saw, far in the distance, a glimmer of unburdened land, a vibrant green valley awaiting them. It was not the end of the road, but simply the next horizon. The journey, she knew, would continue, and so would the light. May your paths ever be green.